What's up, everybody? This is Justin.
I'm Blake.
Did I throw you off there?
Yeah.
By changing. This is the Checkered Chat. We are coming off a killer race weekend, I think, at Kansas.
I agree.
Killer finish for sure for Cup. Interesting choices in the Xfinity race.
Yeah.
But yeah, coming off of a fun weekend. We're actually recording on a Thursday, middle of the day. Feels really weird. So maybe
Just like the OG episodes.
Yeah, the OG episodes. Well, I mean, we still recorded those like
we did do those later. That's true.
Yeah. Either way, we're coming to you at approximately 1:55 p.m.
Eastern Standard
Time.
On what, Thursday, October 2nd?
Thursday, October 2nd.
The eve of Taylor Swift's new album coming out.
Who cares? No, I'm messing with you. If all the Swifties will come at me, go ahead.
Daniel's got my back.
Yeah, I know he does. Trust me. I mean, I can't really argue. I'm a big Sleep Token fan, so I mean, at least you know who your singer is, I guess.
Fair.
That's a good way to put it. I don't know. Anyways, had a pretty eventful news week, I feel like, compared to the past few weeks. Past few weeks, I feel like have been like
Here's
hardly
two things.
anything. Yeah, really. But Blake, what we got on news?
So we'll start it off with Carson Hocevar was fined $50,000 for spinning his tires near the safety crew at Kansas. Let me think about the right way to put this. It's dumb. Like, I went back and watched on social media where people posted in-car, people posted broadcast footage. I don't see it. I don't know. I don't remember exactly what Joey's fine was for almost killing people on pit road last year.
I think it was either 50 or 75.
Okay. Well, this one should be less.
Yeah, way less.
A lot less. The other thing too is like the only time where I was like you could hear and I kind of thought it made sense was when they stopped pushing him and went around and tried to pull Hocevar's car back to pit road. He tried to ride the momentum and keep going because, I mean, if you get towed back, you're going on the DVP clock.
Yeah.
Which is dumb if all you have wrong is flat tires.
Yeah.
And with this car, you can't drive really on more than one flat tire.
Yeah.
Still.
Yeah.
Year,
this day.
What, 3 and some change of this car? I mean, it's... really, NASCAR themselves created this fine, if you want to get technical, because if this was any other generation of car, we wouldn't have this issue.
Yeah, no, I agree. Like,
he was beached. That was the thing. It's not like he was spinning his tires and it was going to fishtail into somebody.
Yeah.
Like, he wasn't moving. He was just trying to go.
Yeah. No,
it's a reach.
Yeah, 100%.
It was funny. I saw on Twitter yesterday, Hocevar, he Twitch streams. He had a $50,000 donation goal, like, in the corner of his stream this week.
That's funny. Oh my gosh, yeah. I mean, leave it to him
to
have that memeable moment, but...
Well, the other thing, too, is, like, we don't have any... Like, you look back in different eras and different times of NASCAR, you always had a couple, like, big personalities. Let's start just finding the shit out of Hocevar and trying to tame him more than it needs to be. Like, I understand if you hook somebody or like it's something very egregious on track.
Yeah, no, 100%.
But like small little things don't need to be penalties and fines. Also, fighting doesn't need to be a fine.
Yeah.
Like, we've lost viewership, obviously, as this year's went on. Would it not spice things up if you had drivers punching each other on pit road afterwards?
Yeah.
Or you had somebody like Hocevar that, like, is just, I mean, his personality can bring people and help.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I don't know. It feels like shooting yourself in the foot a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
So last week we talked about Randall Burnett was going to go to be, Zilich's crew chief next year?
Yeah.
Okay. So effective immediately, RCR has said, well, we've already got rid of you for next year, basically, so get off the pit box. Yeah. And they're bringing in Andy Street, who, correct me if I'm wrong, but that's the Xfinity crew chief for Austin Hill.
I don't remember exactly.
Okay. I literally, he was at one point, I know for sure, just because every picture I saw this week where people have been breaking the news of that, He's wearing like a Bennett Logistics shirt on a pit box.
That makes sense.
So as long as Kyle Busch just doesn't start going out and hooking people, then I think we'll be all right.
Yeah, no, for sure.
Then JRM is now rumored to have multiple split rides next year. So not only the one that'll be split between Quapfel and Zilich, but now it sounds like there's going to be another split ride, and that one's rumored to have AJ Allmendinger be one of the drivers. So,
how much you want to bet Suarez is the other one for that one?
It makes sense, but I kind of hate that for Suarez to go from a full-time Cup ride
to a part-time Xfinity. Yeah. No, I get that.
So Junior's full-time drivers next year will be Allgaier and Sammy Smith.
Yeah.
I mean, I love Junior and Junior Motorsports and everything, but talk about a downgrade.
Oh, yeah. No, 100%.
I mean, Allgaier is still going to be Allgaier, but Sammy Smith is essentially a pay driver. The only reason he's there is because he has the sponsorship money.
Yeah, no, 100%. It's going to be interesting next season.
Because, like, Quapfel is very arguably a better race car driver than Sammy Smith.
Yeah.
No, he doesn't have a win this year, but Sammy Smith's win this year was destroying someone for it. Like,
100%.
Quapfel could do that. Anybody could do that. Put me or you in a race car, we could do that.
Yeah.
So that's interesting. Denny Hamlin, on his podcast, started kind of floating the idea to help with TV ratings. What if we ran on Friday nights? I don't hate it. You don't compete with the NFL. You don't compete with college football.
That's true.
And then at that point, I feel like, as unorthodox as it is, okay, Cup runs Friday, and then just do Xfinity and Truck on Saturday. Call it a day. Call it a weekend. Everybody gets Sunday off.
Yeah.
I mean, unless you just wanted to run them on Thursday.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I feel like...
Then I feel like your viewership for that would
yeah, because their viewership's been fine.
Yeah.
So I think just throw them doubleheader on a Saturday, or whichever series is following that weekend, put them standalone Saturday. Yeah, it could work. I don't think it's the worst idea.
Yeah. I don't know. But then the Friday night races would have to be tracks that have lights.
Yeah.
That's the only thing. But, I mean, at this point, I don't think anything is necessarily a bad idea.
No. And the way NASCAR's been talking lately, it doesn't sound like anything's off the table anymore. We'll kind of get more into that.
Definitely.
Dale Jr. said he's been hearing talks that next year will bring more practice to the schedule. I don't think you can go wrong with that.
No, I don't think so either.
Because right now, if you're Chase Elliott, you're Ryan Blaney, your setup is based off the last time you went there and your sim work from that week. And then you just unload off the trailer, and most of the time you don't even get 10 minutes on the track to run the car and shake it down and see what it's going to do.
Yeah.
You immediately go into qualifying. I think it'll help make things more competitive.
Yeah, and it'll build more storylines for broadcasts and just in general. I feel like that would be something that would be good because it brings more excitement to it, where we're not having our excitement from our Game 7 moment or whatever.
Yeah. Well, and the other thing too, so like it sounds like a 36 race championship is not off the table.
No, not at all. It definitely doesn't seem like that.
Segueing those together, you look at New Hampshire. Ryan Blaney wrecks in practice.
Mm-hmm.
Or I meant Kansas, sorry.
Yeah.
He wrecks in practice. It doesn't matter because he just won New Hampshire. But imagine the full season standings. He's your points leader. He wrecks in practice at Kansas. That's a huge storyline because then now he's at a huge deficit starting because he's not really going to qualify that good. They're going to roll out a backup car and start from the back. So now your points leader has to start from the back in the last 6 races of the year. Like that.
It adds so much to it. And I mean, the thing is, when you have practice, a longer set of practice, it's like, think about, well, I guess Zilich isn't really a good example because he's already ran his fair share of places and everything in the Cup car.
I think a big point would be look at SVG.
Yeah, because he's talked about how he doesn't feel like he kind of hits like his stride on a track that he's never been to until about halfway through the race.
Yeah. Well, and then the thing too is like this, he's been improving a little bit here and there on ovals, but if you go out and you give everybody a 1 hour practice session, he gets to log 40 laps, let's call it, depending on the track.
Yeah.
Well, that's 40 laps that you could essentially take the learning curve of the start of the race.
Yeah.
And then also, he gets to figure out, okay, this is what the car is doing. I needed to do this.
Yeah.
Throw that in here. Then you're not tanking on the first, or really anybody, not just SVG, but you throw the wrong setup at the car. You tank at the beginning of the race. You wait for the first pit stop. You throw maybe this will work, maybe it won't.
Yeah, and then you screw it up more.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I think the thing is, like, proof of, with SVG, and I think also would be the like, upside to doing more practice and stuff is this week at Kansas.
Yeah.
I mean, first top 10 on an oval.
Yeah. Oh, and then you look at somebody like Chastain, too. Like, Trackhouse, I know as a whole would benefit from practice because a lot of their shortcomings are with the Saturday aspect of the weekend. If you give, and other teams, too, like, I think some of the weeks that Chase struggles in qualifying, Bowman struggles in qualifying,
all the
name
Hendrick guys,
whoever, you give them practice time, work on the car, get it better for qualifying and for the race. It's going to make the racing product on Sunday better.
Yeah, 100%.
Then in the Xfinity Series, we have a couple things. Nick Sanchez is going to return next year to Big Machine Racing. And this weekend for the Roval, the Xfinity Series has 42 cars on the entry list, which means 4 cars will go home.
Should be interesting.
Yeah.
This last one that you have on here, I've heard that that's pretty much
like set in stone now.
Yeah. Brad Keselowski says the Cup Series is likely, air quotes likely, aka it pretty much is happening, heading to 740 to 750 horsepower next year. And I think that this is for specific tracks. It's not necessarily every track.
Yeah.
But
because they won't raise it for super speedways just because you already have a restrictor plate and they're already going fast enough. I don't think the horsepower is an issue there.
Yeah. No, I think you're not going to see like a huge, what's the word I'm looking, noticeability,
like a big noticeable difference.
Yeah, on like when we're watching the races. I think it's definitely going to make the cars feel like they drive better and stuff. Because I mean, you think back to the beginning of the next gen car. Kyle Busch wins a race, gets out and says this car sucks, and that just kind of set the tone for the entirety of it. So
I think tracks that this will help the most on are going to be your short tracks.
Yeah.
Because when you have that much more power than you do now, you kind of have to throttle control through the turn and off the turn. Like we might actually see cars slide sideways coming out of 4 at Martinsville again.
Yeah.
We might, Richmond was good this year. Richmond might be way better next year.
Yeah.
This could help with flatter tracks like Phoenix.
I mean, even Bristol.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. Because if we're already having tire wear, like if tire wear made that race so much better, you could dial tire wear back a little bit with this added horsepower. Because the horsepower is going to wear the tires more already.
Mm-hmm.
You're going to spin more. I think that this is a no-brainer that should have been done a lot sooner.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
It's nice that essentially the way I look at this, so Cracker Barrel, they give me...
Okay, I'm listening.
So they roll out a rebrand. The whole internet bullies them into saying this was a terrible idea. We're sorry. We're going to halt it and take everything back to the way it was before. Ram takes the Hemi out of the trucks. The internet, the fan base, bullies them. Hey, that's stupid. They put the Hemi back. They come back to NASCAR. We've finally now bullied NASCAR enough into listening and saying, maybe we should make some changes that everybody wants.
Bullied the France family enough.
Yeah, because I know that had to go full circle, but
yeah,
I mean, your viewership's down.
Got to do something.
Why not listen to the people that are causing your viewership to go down, the people that are fed up with the same crap a different week?
Yeah, no, I agree. I mean, it's definitely gonna, I think it's gonna be interesting. And I think with that, and they're gonna have to, I'm not gonna say they're gonna have to, because, I guess they don't have to do anything, but it would probably be a good idea to make practice more, because you don't know how these cars are gonna drive on any track next season, if we're going to be honest, with the higher horsepower. I mean, you could keep practice the same if you're not raising the horsepower at, Talladega, Daytona, Atlanta.
Yeah.
Well,
and the thing, too, is, like, they cut practice to try to help save teams money, which I get. So maybe don't go super crazy at, like, super speedways with practice. Also, everybody's smart enough that they're not going to go out and do a 30-car mock
live
race run and destroy cars. Like, do you run the possibility of, like, Ty Dillon destroying his race car in practice, Cody Ware, Austin Dillon, like, people like, yeah, you do. But is that not part of it and what you signed up for?
Yeah. No,
it's a risk versus reward thing. Like, they don't have to go out and practice and push 100%.
Yeah, 100%, yeah. No,
but
I agree.
Give everybody the opportunity to make that decision.
Yeah. No, definitely. I mean, if you get out there and you go for 10 minutes and you're like, I'm good, take it back to the garage.
Yeah.
But if you go out there and you run the 10 minutes and you're like, oh, I could come in, take this adjustment, see how it does, do this,
Because that's how it, like, so I remember growing up, there'd be like 2 or 3 practice sessions a weekend. And the last one that was like happy hour. It was a 1 hour practice, and that was it. You would see people like Kyle Busch go run 5 laps and pull in and say, it's perfect, don't touch it, throw the car cover on it, we'll be back. Call it a day. So, another thing, too, this could help a Kyle Busch, a Brad Keselowski, somebody that, if we're being honest, has struggled in the next-gen era, who beforehand never really struggled. So you give them a little bit of the taste of the old days back, I think that they will also show more promise.
Yeah. No, I agree.
I'm not saying it's going to make Kyle Busch win 7 races and a championship.
No,
I think that ship has sailed, but I think he'll be a lot more competitive.
Yeah. No, I agree. And that's the thing, especially because it's like you have these guys who still race from, for instance, like back when I was younger, Kyle Busch, Brad Keselowski, Denny Hamlin. I mean, Denny is not doing bad by any stretch of the imagination now, but it's good for the sport when these sort of legacy names are doing good, like that aren't like kids of, like Chase Elliott doing good.
Yeah.
It's good for the sport whenever that happens, and they're still good, and, I think that would help, those guys who haven't quite adapted super well to the next gen car, which I'm really curious at how Busch is going to be for the rest of the season and the next season, because I feel like this week going into the Roval, I feel like he's kind of like a dark horse in this race, because I think it's all of his top fives, and
most of his top 10s
have been on a road course this year. And I'm like, all right, is that because of Randall Burnett, or
Probably.
or what's the deal?
I'm gonna lean those are more a Randall thing.
But I mean, we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm curious. I mean, this is the last road course we have for the year.
Yeah. Road course, air quotes, because it is, but isn't.
Isn't. I don't know. It's interesting. It's honestly, I know a lot of people, they err on the side of, oh, the Roval's played out and all this stuff. I think it's pretty interesting, being a newer fan, I guess. Don't get me wrong. I would much rather it be the Charlotte Oval, but
yeah. No, I mean, and I don't dislike the Roval, but the Oval has been putting on such good racing these last couple of years that I think it's a hard box to be in if you're NASCAR, because the Roval doesn't do bad. The Roval gives you everything you need, but like for this current setup. But the Oval has such good racing.
Yeah, it's tough. It's almost like if they could take the idea of the Roval and put it somewhere else.
Like Texas.
Yeah. Like, I mean, I guess, well, Indy has its own road course, and it's not...
That didn't work super good at all.
No, but I don't know, like Texas, try it somewhere else, because it's a cool idea for sure. Like, I mean,
I mean, Texas has a Roval, Atlanta has a Roval, Charlotte has a Roval. Like, all of the cookie cutter mile and a halves have a
you're
road
right.
course
That's
built
true.
in.
Yeah. They ought to take it to somewhere else if you want to have that kind of like interesting Frankenstein track.
I mean, that would be a way to get Texas 2 dates back.
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean,
does Texas need 2 dates? Probably not.
No,
but
especially when you don't have, or when you have COTA, which is not really that far. And the thing is also, I think that I know we have a contract with COTA, but how long is that contract, and is it going to get renewed?
I hope so.
I hope it does too, because I mean, it's one of my favorite road courses to watch. In the off chance that it does not get renewed, which I don't think will happen, I think that you could bring in a Texas Roval or Texas Roval, Atlanta Roval.
Which I think we should not even discuss an Atlanta Roval.
No, that doesn't need to happen. Atlanta is too good, whether it's the late, I'm going to call it late winter spring race, because it's always in February.
The second race of the year.
Second race of the year. Or it's the summer or fall race. Like, the racing is just always so good.
Yeah.
Not biased at all, because Chase Elliott won the last one there. We're not. I'm not. Someone is.
No bias.
No bias at all from the guy wearing a Chase Elliott shirt with the Chase Elliott car in front of him.
That has witnessed 2 Chase Elliott wins on the new oval at Atlanta.
Yeah, that's true. Anyways, that's all we got on news and that little tangents there at the end. Yeah. Hope you guys enjoyed that one. On to Xfinity. So you had Brandon Jones sitting on the pole. Early on, you had Taylor Gray taking the lead, but by lap 14, Allgaier catches Gray and passes him for the lead. This really kind of looked like, for the majority of the race, this was Allgaier's race to lose. Yep. Spoiler alert.
His pit crew sold his again.
So lap 45, Allgaier wins stage 1, but Brandon Jones gets off pit road first. It seemed like pretty much every time coming off of pit road, Brandon Jones was just the quicker one getting off of pit road.
Which was surprising with Allgaier having pit stall 1.
Yeah, no, like I didn't watch this race live, but I watched the highlights and everything, and I'm like, why? Like, every single time. Yeah. It just was crazy. But, so lap 59, you have Jeb Burton spins out in 3 and 4 from 29th.
Pretty much all on his own.
Yeah, that's 100% what it looked like.
Touched.
But Allgaier actually leads on the restart for this one, and then wins stage 2 on lap 90. And then on the next restart, you finally have Zilich, doing Zilich things, and he takes the lead.
Which he's now led, the last time he didn't lead a lap in a race was Rockingham Easter weekend.
Yeah, that's nuts. But then lap 137, Brandon Jones takes the lead from Zilich. Lap 155, you have Justin Bonsignor,
I think.
He spins off of 2 while running 13th, battling with Sanchez. I can't remember if this was before or after Sanchez pitted from the lead, because I think he stayed out.
It was after.
Yeah.
And Sanchez, admitted all fault. I mean, because all it was a misjudgment. He thought that he was going to be able just to slide right on the rear bumper, take the draft and pass, and he hit him in the in the rear corner panel.
Yeah. So on the restart from this, Allgaier, he stayed out, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Allgaier stays out from this caution.
Because, his team, his crew chief told him, whatever everybody in front of you does, do the opposite.
Yeah. So
that's our shot.
Yeah. So Allgaier stays out, just trying to, keep the lead or get the lead. You know what I mean? But on the restart, he is easily passed by Brandon Jones. Brandon Jones ends up extending his lead over Allgaier. I believe it was by this point.
Zilich.
Yeah, my bad. Over Zilich. Yeah, Allgaier faded fast. My bad. And Brandon Jones wins the race.
That was salt on the wound for me.
Yeah,
because I was
picked the wrong JGR driver.
I was like, it's a JGR weekend. I was right. And then I was like, the 2 I'm between are Brandon Jones and William Sawalich. Picked the wrong one. I picked the one that I don't think I even heard the broadcast mention once during the race.
Yeah.
Who'd have thunk it?
Yeah. So Zilich with this P2 finish, he breaks Sam Art's 4-decade-old record with 16 straight top 5s. It is crazy when you talk about someone having a, air quotes, bad day for them
finishing second.
So your top 10 was Brandon Jones, Connor Zilich, Austin Hill, Sammy Smith, Sheldon Creed, Taylor Gray, Jesse Love, Nick Sanchez, Brendan Queen, Dean Thompson.
Which, a couple short, notable things to hit on. Austin Hill finishes third, is still under the cut line. We love to see it. Sheldon Creed, another top 5. I think he probably is going to get bounced this round. Sanchez with a top 10 is also probably going to get bounced this round. And then Butterbean with his first top 10 in his, a second Xfinity start, I think.
Was it his second? For some reason, I thought it was his first. Because he's done truck starts.
Did he? I thought he did Bristol. I can't remember.
Maybe he did. I don't know. Either way,
one of his very early starts gets top 10.
Yeah, definitely.
Shaping up for that Ram deal next year.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, that's all we have on the Xfinity race for this week.
A rare, not crazy Xfinity race.
Yeah.
Not caution filled, no overtime, no antics.
Yeah. Now, this Cup race.
Yeah, buckle up.
Buckle up. There's a lot going on with this one.
So, before we even get to the race, Blaney blew a right rear tire and hit the outside wall in practice. Logano got a flat right rear tire and stopped on the track in practice. And in qualifying, Cindric hit the wall. So, L. Penske.
Yeah, this is a bad day for Penske.
Yeah, I mean, it started rough. Blaney would go to a backup car. Logano and Cindric made unapproved adjustments and will start from the rear. McDowell and SVG both lost their crew chiefs and go to the rear, and also had to perform a stop and go at the end so start the race first time right before you're about to take go to lap 2. They had to do a stop and go I think they failed pre-race inspection 3 times.
Yeah.
Or something like that. So we'll start this one on lap 1. Mr. Saturday, as Justin likes to call him, Chase Briscoe leads the field to green with Denny on the outside. Briscoe clears him for the lead in turn 1. Then we go to lap 13. 3 of the biggest movers of the race so far are all of the Penske cars, with Cindric up 10 spots, Blaney up 8, and Logano up 7. Go to lap 20. Hamlin gets around Briscoe for the lead. Lap 32, Larson gets around Briscoe for second. And then lap 45, after the green flag pit stops, Denny is able to maintain the lead and has stretched it to a second over Larson, which I do like that there were so many green flag pit cycles that got to fully play out this week, because it just adds to the strategy. And, well, if I pit 2 laps before this guy, do I net out closer? Do I catch him? Do I get in front of him? Or does it just screw me?
Yeah, definitely.
Lap 52, Bell passes Briscoe for third. So Briscoe kind of started hot and faded in this first stage. Lap 56, Cody Ware hits the wall between turns 3 and 4 from 36.
Hardly surprised.
Typical running last, wrecks by himself. There's people you could put in that car.
Yeah.
That would not do that, but I digress. Lap 59, all lead lap cars pit. Denny gets off pit road first after taking only 2 tires, and then Larson and Bell follow after. Logano only takes 2 tires, and he jumps from 17th to 4th.
Yeah.
So your typical Logano play, we're not relevant, let's do something different and just try to get track position, which typically works in next-gen races, if we're going to be honest. Lap 63 on the restart, Hamlin leads from the inside with Larson on the outside. Hamlin gets a good jump and clears for the lead before 1. Bell looks under Larson for a second, and then in turn 3, Chase is able to surge from 8th to 4th. I think turn 3 is where he got up to 4th. He's restarted 8th.
Yeah.
Lap 64, Elliott dives under Bell and Larson on the front stretch to make it 3 wide for second and clears for the spot off turn 2, so then it goes Elliott in second, Larson in third, and Bell 4th. Lap 80 is the end of stage 1. Denny Hamlin wins, followed by Larson, Elliott, Bell, and Chastain, with all of the top 7 cars being playoff drivers. So, kind of what you come to expect nowadays out of the playoff races.
Yeah.
Lap 88 on the restart, Bell leads from the inside with Larson on the outside. Bell's able to clear for the lead off of 4. Then we go lap 89. Nemechek and Priest spin down the front stretch after contact off turn 4, battling for 16th. That one just felt weird. I mean, it was your typical frustration, running mid-pack, fighting for your life to, I mean, for nothing. If we're going to be very honest. So then lap 110, William Byron, who restarted 16th, is now falling back to 22nd.
It's just not a good day for Byron all around.
Well, where has Byron been?
Yeah, no, seriously. I mean, like...
Can we do a wellness check?
Yeah, yeah. We need to do a wellness check on Mr. Willie B. He's in the playoffs.
Nowhere to be found. Lap 122, Bubba is able to leapfrog Hamlin and Bell on the green flag pit cycle. So I think he was third going into it, and due to strategy, he got past both of them. Lap 130, after the pit cycle has completely finished, Denny Hamlin's able to regain the lead. And then Chase Elliott slots into second, 1 second behind. Go all the way to 165. Denny Hamlin wins stage 2. So clean sweep. This time followed by Bell, Larson, Elliott, and Briscoe. The top 9 stage finishers were all playoff drivers, and there were 3 playoff drivers not able to score any playoff or any stage points in this race, and those were Reddick, Byron, and Cindric. Again,
that checks out.
Where's Byron?
Yeah.
It checks out, sadly. I know it's not a popular thing to say in this household for Cindric, though. And then Reddick, I expected, obviously, a lot better from.
Yeah, especially at Kansas.
Yeah.
I mean.
And with Bubba, like, being a top 3 car all day.
Yeah. Because that's the thing, like, Bubba was fast.
Yeah. Like, it'd be one thing if Bubba didn't show any speed. Okay,
whatsoever.
Then it's just a 23-11 thing, but, like, well... And the other thing, Reddick's mind probably wasn't all the way there.
Yeah. No, his son, Rookie, has got some heart stuff going on.
Yeah.
So
he was in the hospital.
Yeah.
So I mean...
I get it.
Benefit of the doubt there.
Mm-hmm.
Lap 168, all the lead lap cars pit. Hamlin gets off pit road first, followed by Elliott and Bell. William Byron has a lengthy pit stop for adjustments, which, I mean... God, did he need it.
Yeah.
On the restart, lap 173, Hamlin leads from the inside with Elliott on the outside. Elliott's able to clear for the lead he clears off of turn 4 for it. He starts to pass in 3. Lap 196, Josh Berry pits from 18th after brushing the wall. Hamlin is able to regain the lead. Lap 200, Bell passes Elliott for second, but is still 1.2 seconds behind.
Yeah.
So... Up to this point, Chase had speed, but it was all, it felt, I won't 100% say it was like short run speed, but he didn't have, like, it was like mid run speed, I guess you could say, because like by the end of the run, the Toyotas were just able to manage their stuff better and stay competitive and get back by him.
Yeah.
Every time.
100%.
Lap 211, Hocevar wrecked JJ Yaley off turn 4. Basically, Yaley was going slow. Hocevar didn't want to lift and tried to, just full Nissan Altima on 285 energy, just start lane switching and caught his bumper. And then 213, all the lead lap cars pit. Hamlin gets off pit road first, followed by Bubba and Chase. Those were really your 3 of the day.
Yeah.
It felt like you could see Hamlin, Bubba, or Chase win.
Yeah.
It depended on how the last run went. Bubba was the fastest on the shortest run. Chase had the middle, and Hamlin was good over the longest haul.
Yeah.
So it kind of just felt like however the end shape, like whatever the last run looked like, you could kind of pick your winner out of those 3.
Yeah.
Then on lap 14, under this same yellow, Denny reports that he's starting to have power steering issues.
Yeah, and at this point, I felt like I was like, thank God, like he's not going to be in contention at all.
I think he oversold it a little bit.
Yeah. Because that's the thing. Power steering, I feel like it's something, it's kind of like, it's on a spectrum, like you have like, okay, I could be having power steering issues and it not be that bad, but then you can have some where it's like literally like trying to turn the car.
And the track, like the track too matters because like you lose power steering at Bristol, it's over.
Yeah.
Somewhere like this where you can get to a higher speed, not that the speed fixes it, but like the faster you go, I guess
it
the
helps,
less you need the power steering as much. Like it helps it a little bit. So on the next restart, lap 217, Hamlin leads from the inside with Wallace on the outside. Hamlin gets a good jump, clears for the lead by turn 1. And then behind him, it was, just an absolute clustered, stack-up mess. Gregson and Logano make contact near 15th, which triggers a multi-car incident, which collects Chastain, Cindric, Dillon, Gregson, Busch, Blaney, Allmendinger, Logano, Stenhouse, Ty Gibbs, and Hocevar. Which,
wow.
I mean, obviously some of those, their damage wasn't really that bad.
Yeah.
But
still.
Yeah. And it was just one of those, like, the Kansas restarts kind of fan out. Not as dramatic as some tracks, but it fanned out. I think it was like Gregson was trying to shoot a hole because people in front of him didn't go as good. And I don't remember if Logano came down, Gregson. I mean, it was really a racing deal, but it messed some people's day up because before that, I felt like Gregson was running pretty good, which that's kind of the story of his year. You're like, oh wow, look, he wrecked.
Yeah, pretty much.
Then again, on the next restart, would it shock you if I said that Denny Hamlin led and that on the outside was a teammate or a Toyota? So Hamlin and Bell are restarting on the front row, and Chase Briscoe at this point makes it 3 wide, and then, or he makes it 3 wide with Bubba and Chase for third. Reddick moves up to 5th, and Chase Elliott falls all the way back to 6th. Lap 227, Bowman's running high line off turn 2 and gets slammed into the wall by SVG. It's the only way I really know to put it.
Yeah.
They were running 12th at the time, so I mean, I guess bright side of that is they were both running right outside the top 10, having pretty solid days. It just, Bowman's day got ruined. Lap 232, Larson gets into the wall from 7th in turn 2, but's able to continue. Lap 241, Denny leads Christopher Bell by 1 second, but says he's not sure how much longer he can hold on to the car with his power steering issues. Let's see. At this point, Denny has led 154 laps in the race, which is the most he's ever led in one race on a 1.5 miles.
Wow.
Which I thought was shocking because I used to feel like at least early to the mid years of his career, I felt like he was always really good at 1.5 miles.
Yeah. So, interesting.
Yeah.
For that to be today that he broke that.
Lap 254, there's a debris caution.
Debris.
For the tire carcass off Kyle Busch's car after he made pretty significant wall contact in turn 2.
Yeah.
Kind of surprised it didn't break the toe link.
Yeah.
It was just a tire carcass. So then you have on lap 255, all the lead lap cars pit. Bell gets off pit road first, followed by Bubba and Chase. Denny has a jack issue, which drops him to 5th. Chase Briscoe. Chase Elliott is the first off pit road, taking 4 tires, and he'll restart 7th. And then Ryan Blaney and Ty Gibbs shot himself in the foot with too fast exiting pit road.
Yep.
I knew at some point I was going to mess up Chase Briscoe and Chase Elliott in this.
There's too many generic white guy names in NASCAR, if we're going to be honest.
Yeah.
Chase, Ty, Austin. No shame if that's your name, but, you get what I'm saying.
Look back at the legends like Jeff.
Yeah.
Tony.
Yeah.
Mark. I digress. We'll not go down that rabbit hole.
Dale.
Yeah. Kyle.
Okay,
now we're really getting off there. So, lap 259 on the restart. Bell leads from the inside with Bubba on the outside. They remain side by side as Chase Elliott's able to move up to 5th. Lap 260, Hocevar brushes the wall off turn 2, spins down the backstretch from 13th. And then the next lap 261, they throw a caution because he's beached on the track.
Yeah, I felt like it was a little slow response on throwing that caution.
I think they wanted to let the end of the race play out without overtimes.
Yeah.
And which, I mean, I'm not mad at the fact that they gave him time to, okay, let's let him
see if he can get it.
Yeah, see if he can move. Because if he's able to get the car refired and start rolling and he's on the apron, then there's no need to throw a yellow and you can let the end of the race play out natural.
True.
So then we get to lap 267, the first overtime restart, because that's right, there was 2.
Yep.
Bubba leads from the inside with Bell on the outside. Wallace inches ahead going into like 1 and 2. I mistyped very badly here. But Bell's able to fight back. Or it might have been, I don't know. It might have been the other way around. I have Bubba inches ahead and then Bubba fights back. So that
either way. It's
Which this is the restart where I'd like to know what is going on inside the helmet of the 23 car because he loses his mind on his teammate because he had one job to push me. No. That's not his one job.
Yeah.
A. B, he overall, it looked from Bubba's car, I'm imagining like, oh my God, Bell's flying on the outside. Well, Briscoe didn't push him. Briscoe just mistimed the restart and hit the shit out of him.
Yeah.
And pushed him.
Yeah.
So he got that one jump, but Reddick did something I probably wouldn't even have done as a teammate and pushed him all the way into the turn. I'm shooting it 3 wide at that point. Mm-hmm. We're both below the cut line, and I mean, sorry, this is overtime.
Yeah.
Like, I have to win to go to the next round. You have to win to go to the next round. I'm sorry, but I'm going under or I'm going in the middle.
Yeah.
So I don't. And then his team really didn't, I don't think, try to talk him off the ledge. Like, we'll go talk with Reddick's spot. Like,
yeah.
Reddick did everything he had to do and more. He's not entitled to have to push you. If he's locked in, it's a different thing.
No, I agree with that. I mean, if he's locked in, different story, but...
And then Briscoe nearly makes contact with Bubba. Bell and Bubba continue to race side by side for the lead, but then when we get into 3 and 4, John Hunter Nemechek walls Zane Smith. And then Zane Smith, Tony Hawk Pro Skater, grinds the wall the whole way around. Takes the Hail Melon to a whole different level.
Yeah, I mean, just straight up.
I mean, on its side.
Yeah.
Just rim riding the top of the track, essentially. Which, well, I'll get into this after the race is over, but there's an interesting little tidbit to go with that wreck. But so after the wall ride, he rolls down the track, flips twice, and then we never really got a good angle of how hard the head-on hits were.
Yeah.
Because Nemechek came back down the track and got into Gibbs and Josh Berry.
Yeah.
And, I mean, I know Barry hit pretty hard, but we never really, like... Which, I mean, I get. There's a car riding on its side on the wall and flipping. Like, that's who we're obviously going to focus show, on.
Yeah.
But, so that... Bubba is deemed the leader there, and they display the red flag for about 9 minutes.
Yeah.
Which... I mean, at this point, you're in overtime. You might as well.
Yeah.
Make sure the track's clean, all of that good stuff. So then the second and final overtime restart, Bubba leads from the inside again with Bell on the outside. Bubba is able to edge ahead in turn 2 before Bell surges back. They both make a little contact. Well, let me rephrase that. Coming off turn 4, Bubba pushes Bell all the way up out of the groove and essentially into the wall.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, look, if that's how you want to do it, fair game. Is it dirty to do that to a Toyota who I feel like has just completely crumbled this playoffs with how do we race each other? Yeah, it is. Would Bell have done that to you? I don't think so.
Yeah.
So that's the only part of that where I kind of am like, it was kind of dirty because, like, if it's Denny or if it's Chase or it's somebody that probably would run Bubba up high, sure, do that to them, but that's not really how Bell would have raced him. Yeah. I get it.
I agree.
You have to win to lock yourself in the next round. This is what NASCAR wants, the aggression. I'm not really faulting Bubba. I just thought it was a little questionable.
Yeah.
That allows Bubba to clear for the lead on the front stretch. Bell falls all the way back to 5th. Now Hamlin's running 2nd, and you have Briscoe there and Chase out of nowhere. Restarts 10th on the second overtime and then takes the white in 5th. Mm-hmm. It's 4 Toyotas and Chase. So there's no way Chase wins. There's 4 Toyotas.
Yeah. You would not think.
No. It's a good solid top 5 finish for Chase going on to the Roval. You feel decent about yourself. Well, boy, is that what happened. So in turn 4, at this point, we've already seen Chase get under Briscoe in turns 1 and 2. Briscoe was overdriving the car, trying to get everything it's worth, gets into the wall. Because if Bubba wins, Briscoe's screwed too. And that messes the whole playoff picture up. So Chase Elliott clears Chase Briscoe for, Jesus Christ, for 3rd. When they race each other, it's not fun to try to
talk about.
Then at this point, it's Denny or Bubba. They've checked out. One of them is going to win. No question about it. Neither of them win. Because entering turn 3, power steering issues, quote unquote, my butt, Denny just doors Bubba straight up into the wall.
Mm-hmm.
Which, if we're going to be 100% honest here, is fair game.
Yeah.
Because what did Bubba do the lap before? Essentially the same thing to Bell.
Yep.
A little less egregious, but essentially the same thing.
Yeah.
Now, Denny's issue here is he chokes and he does it too hard and slows himself down.
Mm-hmm.
And then here comes Chase Elliott that nobody remembers has 4 fresh tires to there too.
Yep.
Able to have grip and the momentum on the bottom. And I mean, say what you want. I haven't really seen anybody other than just Denny lovers, essentially, if you want to. If
Denny munchers.
Yeah, say anything about like, oh, well, Chase doored him. Chase was just coming off the turn, and he wasn't going to lift because you're coming to the checkered flag, and Denny's pulling his classic, I'm going to come down the track.
Yeah.
So Chase doors Denny, is able to carry the momentum down the front stretch, and wins by a car length.
Yep.
Obviously, I'm happy that Chase has won his second race of the year, but, like, can we do it in a little less dramatic fashion?
Yeah.
Please.
Yeah, that was just an absolutely crazy finish.
But, so going back to the Zane Smith wreck, the interesting thing. So it was Talladega 2005, I believe, mid 2000s. You have a 38 car, a Ford.
I saw this.
Who flips and wrecks, and then a Napa sponsored Chevy goes on to win. It was Michael Waltrip then. Now it's Chase.
Yeah.
Weird. Same day and everything. Like, same day of the year. Very, just one of those weird
coincidence.
Yeah.
Matrix type thing. Yeah.
So, like we said, Chase Elliott wins. This is the first time in 10 weeks since the Brickyard 400 that Larson has finished inside the top 5. And this was SVG's first career oval top 10. So, Denny Hamlin is able to come home second. Bell finishes third. Briscoe fourth. Bubba in fifth. Larson in sixth. Reddick in seventh. Brad Keselowski in eighth.
Surprise.
Yeah. And then William Byron somehow finishes ninth, which good for him.
Yeah.
Not that I like loved the guy or anything, but after that just piss poor race, I mean, it's 100%. Good to see you claw a P9 out of it.
Yeah.
And then what's a polar bear doing in Kansas SVG?
In the top 10.
Yeah.
Anything else on Cup, or we wrap up on Kansas?
Well, what did you think of Denny and Bubba's like post-race interviews, if we want to quickly do that rabbit hole?
So initially I watched it and I'm like, okay, kind of just like typical, like just Denny racing. As soon as the race was over, the Big Brother finale was on, so I had to turn it off and switch it over to Big Brother for Mal. So I did not see it initially, but I think Denny had a good point on his podcast this week. You know, there was the meme that went around of Bubba flipping him off, flipping his boss off and everything. I think Denny talking about, oh, that's Bubba flipping off the driver of the number 11.
Not his boss. Yeah.
I was like, yeah, that's a good point, because I mean, if Denny lets up there for Bubba to go and win, then it's like
you open a whole new can of worms of race manipulation.
Yes. Like 100%. But I think that you know,
I think there was a way to do it cleaner.
Yeah, 100%.
You take the bottom, Bubba takes the top. If you make a little contact coming off of 4, whatever, you're still, one of you is going to win. Now, I think it is a hard spot to be in if you're Denny, because if you don't give it your all in that last turn and it looks like you just let Bubba win, then you're not fulfilling your contract to JGR essentially, and you look like you're helping your own team your team that you own more than your team that you race for. Yeah. But on the flip side, you overdrive it and you wreck him for not even the win, then it looks bad. Like, it was a lose-lose for Denny. I do think if that wasn't him going for 60, that doesn't happen.
I agree with that.
Because he's already said on his podcast that like he wants 60 before this year's over.
Yeah,
that's a goal.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, this is one of those. It was his race all day long until overtime.
Yeah.
So I mean, you get that side of it, but then I also get Bubba's frustration. And I mean, he didn't really he did good in his interview. He was like, I'm not going to say anything stupid other than like that was a dumbass move.
Yeah.
But I mean, that it was.
Yeah.
Denny knows it. Like,
yeah.
It was handled very well, and I'm kind of like I've said before, I'll never like Denny Hamlin when it comes to race day or the racetrack. But he takes the progressive number 11 hat off and throws on his podcast hat, his 2311 team owner hat. I don't dislike him.
Yeah, no, I agree with you.
And he does a very good job, like compartmentalizing team owner racing.
To driving. Yeah,
like,
I agree. He definitely has a good, well, I guess it's not technically work-life balance, but driver to owner balance. Yeah, I think. But yeah, I guess one more thing in Kansas is the bubble battle heading into an elimination race.
Yeah.
We won't bore you guys with the people who are pretty much just locked in. Yeah, both of them.
It's
and then
a good
people who
Roval
are
week for the pod.
Yeah.
We don't have to worry.
We don't have to worry. But I'll kind of take it from, I guess, 5th on back to 12, I think. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So you have Christopher Bell sitting at plus 44 in 5th. Byron plus 40, which how in the world is he still at plus 40? Briscoe at plus 21, Logano at plus 13. And then below the cut line, you got Chastain minus 13, Bubba minus 26, Reddick minus 29, Cindric minus 48. Cindric gets bounced this round.
Definitely. I mean, unless he just wins. That's it.
That's the only way. I mean, that's the thing, because you look at Ross, Bubba, and even Reddick.
Reddick's a must-win, unless somebody has problems very early.
Yeah, that's true.
Bubba's pretty much a must-win.
Yeah. I mean,
unless you maximize stage points and playoff points and win stage 1 and 2 and somebody else does poorly.
Yeah.
Like, there is math for Reddick and Bubba, but I think both of them...
It's absolutely perfect scenario for them to actually point their way in.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. We're just at the point of the playoffs where it's like, if you are below the cut line, you're almost... I mean, okay.
Ross could definitely point his way in.
Yes. But if you're below that right under the cut line, the 9th, if you're in 10th, 11th, or 12th...
It's a must-win.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because you need the people ahead of you in the cut, like under the cut line, to do bad, and you need at least one person over the cut line to do bad.
Yeah.
I mean, at that point, the only way that you can mentally go into that weekend is we have to win.
Yeah, pretty much. But yeah, so that's a wrap on Kansas. Yep. All right, so we're heading into the Roval, Charlotte Roval. It's going to be a fun weekend. All 3 series race.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting.
The trucks is going to be something.
Yeah. I'm excited for this weekend. I think it'll be fun.
I can't wait to see how many trucks go head first into the tire barrier.
Yeah. It's going to be a lot.
The start-finish line.
A lot. But you guys know every week we talk about some paint schemes, some cool-looking cars, and some not-so-cool-looking cars. So, this week for the Roval, Blake, what you got on your favorite?
So my favorite, I'm going to go with Ty Dillon's C-Best, breast cancer awareness car.
That one is cool.
I do think, obviously that this is a great weekend that's always in October where Eric Jones goes out and paints the wall. Everybody runs pink window nets. I was kind of between Hocevar and Ty Dillon, but my sister had breast cancer, so I'm just going to,
Makes sense. Well, I went with the latter on that one. Yeah. I went with Carson Hocevar's, what is it? Something Casino? Motto, whatever. This car looks cool. Yeah. It pops. It
neon.
Neon. The pink window net.
It ties really good.
Yeah. It's not like, it's not like our least favorite, where it doesn't tie in at all. And Blake, you want to hit him with our least favorite?
Justin Haley's Gainbridge. I think it's it was Gainbridge stem. I don't know what stem is or stands for, but it's something to do with I think school-aged kids. They designed the car. Something along those lines. Either way, they just took the jockey car.
Yeah, it's literally just like a carbon copy. They put clothes on him.
Yeah.
That's it, basically. But yeah, that car looks like garbage. I'm sorry to the kids that designed that. Just does not look very good.
Honorable mention, just because I always absolutely crap on his paint schemes, Christopher Bell. Did you see his?
I did. The only thing that ruined it for me is the pink window nut.
Yeah, I mean...
But I think if you took that out...
Yeah.
It actually is a good DeWalt scheme.
And it's got a ball python on it.
Yeah.
Which,
True.
I forget the kid's name, but he's, what is it, St. Jude? I think he was a St. Jude patient.
Mm-hmm.
And he got to design the car, and he put his own pet ball python on the car.
That is cool. But that is all we got on paint schemes for this week. On to the actual race of the Roval, not just the cool-looking cars. Your past next-gen winners here are Christopher Bell, AJ Allmendinger, and Kyle Larson.
Which Bell was like a must-win 2022. Allmendinger played spoiler, and then Larson was just doing Larson things last year.
Yeah, and is not this year.
No.
Not at all.
Where you at?
Yeah, where all the Larson fans at now? Just asking, you know? Anyways, on to our picks to win this week. Truck. Let's say it on 3. 1, 2, 3. Corey Heim.
It's Heim time. He's won every road course that the trucks have ran on this year.
Yeah, I just think it's gonna be a blowout from him.
I mean, Zilich is running, but he didn't really. I mean, he had issues at Watkins Glen that prevented him from having probably a better race. But
I think if anyone has anything for Heim in the trucks, it's gonna be Zilich.
Yeah.
But then Xfinity on 3. 1, 2, 3. Zilich. Okay. So yeah, we both thought the same there on that one.
SVG's not running the 9.
Yeah.
I honestly, as crazy as this sounds, his biggest competition is Austin Hill.
Yeah, I had the same thought. Weirdly enough, because for some reason on road courses, Austin Hill is just like, time to lock in, and then does really good.
He's about to get bounced.
Yeah. I think
so he's going to have to go out there and put on a very good performance. And I just hope he gets poetic justice and gets wrecked.
Yeah, that'd be sweet. But this is the only one that we have different. And Blake, who you got on Cup?
Ross Chastain.
Okay.
I feel like he is very solid on road courses and kind of is like one of the right under the radar guys.
I forgot to mention something. For this decided
we're not picking SVG.
We're not picking SVG. So this is we recognize that the odds are that SVG will probably win this race. Could be, could not be. I don't know. He's the favorite. But neither of us are picking him because
that's boring.
That's boring. And we've picked him for every single road course.
Pretty much.
For Cup this season. And pretty much almost any of the Xfinity ones too.
Which, I mean, I will say, before we made that, I already wasn't going to pick him. Literally, the only reason is because you look at somebody like Ross, who's under the cut line. He could point his way in, but the easiest way to make it to the next round is win.
Yeah.
Who is solid enough on his own in road courses.
Yeah.
Who's his teammate? SVG.
True.
And he's not in the playoffs. So do we not think that Trackhouse is going to come together and SVG is going to help put a setup in that car?
Yeah. Oh, you're so right. Do I want to change my pick?
I mean,
no, I won't because then it would be the same the whole way through.
It'd be easy for the graphic.
Yeah, no, I'm not going to change it. So for me, I said can't pick SVG. So, who's the next historically road course winner that's there? I'm going with Allmendinger. I know
this would be a good resurgence.
Yeah. No, I mean, I could see it. He's won the Roval before.
He's dominated in the Xfinity series.
Yes. I could see, he's been fast lately. I mean, he had the pole for Bristol.
Yeah.
He's shown up. He's shown some speed, and I really think that this is going to be, we're going to go back to seeing Allmendinger being, the dinger and road course ringing. But yeah, no, that's who we got on picks this week. Like it or don't, that's who we picked. Tell us who you picked. We have a comment section on these podcasts. Use it. Tell us. Anything else for this week, or you think that's a wrap?
I got one more.
Okay.
I'd like to leave with the fan base.
Okay.
Some of them won't see this because a lot of the comments I got were on TikTok, but when we made our postseason prediction graphic, and I had Chase winning. Mm-hmm. Chase isn't the same Chase. Chase is going to get bounced in this round. I think so-and-so's this. I think so-and-so's that.
You're so right.
Chase isn't the same. Chase is a one-win-a-year driver. Where you at now?
Yeah. Where y'all at?
I mean, arguably at this point, the best bullet in the chamber for Hendrick.
Yeah. No, I mean, for this playoff run, yes.
He's heating up at the right time. He's had a very solid start to the playoffs. Larson's figuring it out. Byron's off in Sabrina Carpenter's DMs, probably.
Yeah.
And then, 2, we're about to bounce 2 Penske cars out of the playoffs this weekend. With Ross winning, that's going to bounce Logano out. Cindric's already packed his bags. He's done. So...
yeah, it makes sense. Where y'all at?
I'm not saying that I'm right now, but I mean, it's shape. He's probably going to make the championship 4.
Yeah.
You know, he is going to make the championship 4.
There you go.
He's going to win Talladega.
Speak it out. If he wins Talladega, that's going to be nuts.
He's going to win Talladega, and Blaney's going to win Martinsville. Those are locks.
I definitely agree on Blaney for Martinsville.
I mean, Martinsville is Blaney or Elliott's race.
True.
Those are the 2 bets.
Yeah, no, you're so right, because last year, the Martinsville race came down to Blaney and Chase. Yeah. I forgot about that. Yeah, that was a good ending.
Well, for one side.
Yeah, for me, it was.
It was bittersweet. I was happy, but also my guy did get bounced because of it.
At least Blaney is your second favorite driver for the most part. But I believe that is all we got this week. Cool.
I'm good now.
Good.
Got
you
that
said
off
your
my
piece.
chest.
Well, I'm still Justin.
I'm still Blake.
And this has still been the Checkered Chat. It has not changed.
Different day, same thing.
Different day, same thing. A little bit more energy this episode, I feel like.
I didn't just work 10 hours.
And I didn't just wake up from a nap after work. Anyways, you guys can follow us on Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, YouTube, like, comment, all that stuff on YouTube and on Spotify. We're everywhere that you get your podcast, your Apple Podcast, your Amazon Music, and you cannot forget about it.
Can't forget
Audible. Anyways, we'll see you guys next week. Bye.